In example 2, we have to calculate x correct to 2 decimal places. 2dp is my shorthand for decimal places. We have to calculate the length of x correct to 2 decimal places. And here's a triangle. Please note it's a right angle triangle. So if it's a right angle triangle, we are allowed to use Pythagoras' theorem. Pythagoras' theorem only works for right angled triangles. So the first step I'm going to use is, I know that Pythagoras' theorem says that h squared is equal to o squared plus a squared, or if you prefer to use a squared equals b squared plus c squared. It doesn't matter which version of the formula you want to use. If you're using h's, o's and a's, we have to label the sides h, o and a. When I do that, I look at my right angle, here it is, and that means across from that, which is x, that's going to be my hypotenuse. And then my other two sides are O and A. It doesn't matter which one I call O and which one I call A. If, on the other hand, you were using A, B's and C's, you would have to call the hypotenuse A. So this would be little a, and then this would be B, and this would be C. So pick a method and stick with it. Either H's, O's and A's, or use A, B's and C's. Now, if we use, it doesn't matter which formula we use, either the h squared equals o squared plus a squared, or the little a squared equals little b squared plus little c squared. It doesn't matter which version we use. What we end up getting is, if you look at big H or little a, it's x. So we're going to have x squared equals, and our other sides is going to be 3 to be squared plus 7 to be squared. So just take a moment to look at this, pause the video if you need to, understand where the x, the 3 and the 7 came from. Okay, the next step then is to square everything out. So you get x squared equals, 3 squared is 9, and 7 squared is 49. And then when you add those together, 9 plus 49 is 58. Okay, so you get x squared is 58. Now, on the calculator then, I need to find out what x is. So I know x squared is 58, so x will be the square root of 58. And I can basically put square root on my calculator, square root of 58, and press equal. Now you'll notice that on my calculator I get the square root of 58 as my answer. That's called your answer in surd form. Because the question wants it in decimals, I press my SD button. And when I press my SD button, I get 7.61577, and there's loads of decimals. I'm going to write a few of them out. 7.6157731. The question wants it correct to 2 decimal places. So look, 1, 2 decimals. So the answer is either going to be 7.61 or 7.62. The question is, does the 1 stay as a 1 or does it round up to a 2? So you look across and the next digit is a 5, which means we round it up. So the answer is 7.62 centimeters. So using Pythagoras' theorem, we can calculate that the missing length of this triangle must be 7.62 centimeters long if it is a right angled triangle.